I'm Rachel Reid, the Portfolio Director of DMWF, or the Digital Marketing World Forum, and we are the definitive event for senior leaders driving the future of marketing technology, with dedicated conferences and exhibitions in London, New York, Singapore and Amsterdam. So our specific challenges was finding knowledgeable experts who can engage our audience and be a host on our stages, because at events the audience can get a little bit tiresome with all-day content, and we have to have someone that will re-engage them to different speakers, different topics, but also be an expert in that field. So I met Jimmy on site at DMWF 2019, and we came across Jimmy from working with him in a community partner scheme. And on site, through networking through Jimmy, I was amazed by his people skills, his knowledge in the area, and we had a last minute dropout on a stage. And I knew Jimmy because he had shown me he had 10 different presentations ready to go, but they also had quality content in there and there was gaps in our content. So I approached Jimmy, and in about 30 minutes he was ready and he jumped on stage, and the way the audience reacted to him, I was like, I have to work with Jimmy in the future in all different capacities. So that is where our relationship started and where we've been working with Jimmy since 2019 then. Jimmy has, firstly, for me as our event director, has provided insights and trends and new areas that we should be covering in topics on our conference, and is always kind of a bit of a secret backbone of our team of, if we want to test something out, we'll go to Jimmy because he's so knowledgeable in the area. But on site at the event, Jimmy chairs, moderates, he runs workshops, he does solo presentations. He will always jump in last minute with sponsor sessions if they need help with moderation and panelists. And he's also just there as an extension to our team to assist us with anything we need on site. So we always say our extra member on site is Jimmy because he's just a fantastic person to work with. Jimmy engages the crowd like I've never seen before on stage. His techniques to get the energy flowing in the conference room is, one, hilarious to watch as our event organizer, but it's just amazing to see how the difference in stages. Jimmy's stage, we have to quiet down the mic sometimes because the audience and speakers are laughing so hard on stage, and they are enjoying their experience with Jimmy being our moderator or chair or even speaking on stage. And additionally, he is not afraid to try different techniques to keep that energy going on site, and that is what's needed on conferences, is a real positive energy with the learning and making everyone feel really happy and positive on site. Our audience loves Jimmy as much as our team. Everyone on my team will want to work on the stage with Jimmy. It is, I want to be on Jimmy's stage working with him as the production team. But the audience and speakers, especially those returning, know who Jimmy is and will seek out to see him and work with him. But our speakers, first time meeting him, will always walk away going, he is amazing, he's so cool, everything they feel really special after meeting Jimmy and their experience on site. And the audience love him from start to finish, and you'll see them gravitating back to that stage, even if the topic isn't of interest, but actually they may want to take the risk of sitting there and learning something different of how Jimmy will help encourage the speakers to get through the topics and the presentations. And yeah, he's just, everyone loves Jimmy on site. Jimmy is so friendly and easy to work with. For an event organizer, he's calm, he's collected, but he's always willing to help. He'll jump on a call when we need to jump on a call. He'll answer emails at different time zones, saying we work in the UK time zone and we're doing different events. He's always on hand. We can talk through WhatsApp, we can talk through email. He's always on time. We just trust Jimmy in every sense, and he's brilliant to work with every point of pre-event and on-site and post-event. We have many, many memorable experiences as a team. Personally for me is one where Jimmy had done a Russian dance on stage, / the splits, and the audience and all our AV tech were in hysterics. I come to the stage and Jimmy's limping off because he had done something a little bit too much on stage, but how everyone was talking about it and loving it, it just showed what type of personality he is and the risks he goes. Other options is he's not afraid to make the audience engage, such as he asked everyone if they worked in data and insights. Everyone raised their hand and he was like, well, then you're going to have questions to our speakers. And we just love those techniques that he does to really get the best out of the sessions. I will always recommend Jimmy, but also I will never recommend if they're at the same event dates as us, because I want Jimmy at every event possible because he's brilliant. But yeah, I would even recommend on the content side. We know if we give Jimmy a last minute session to fill in, it will be full because it's insightful, knowledgeable content. He's worked workshops for us where people just kept on rolling into the workshop halfway through and were like, oh, can you do this again? And we actually had to run the session twice because of the interest from the audience. But also we know if we have to flip Jimmy in a last minute session, even though he wasn't booked for a session in the final 2 weeks, he will come with a quality content piece, but will give us from 10 different content pieces to choose from. And we're a little bit there like in a pick and mix shop going, what do we want? Because these are all amazing. So he's just a brilliant person as a little bit of the secret talent of the team, as I say, of we've always got Jimmy in our back pocket. If anything goes wrong, we can rely on him. Jimmy is amazing as a speaker, as a peer, but also generally as a contact in the industry. He has many contacts and many even knowledgeable ideas that he will suggest to us as our event and publishing type of company, and share new ways that we can evolve our events for a benefit for us. So he is not afraid to share different ideas. He doesn't gatekeep secrets. He will share them with us as an organizer to improve our event as well as our business model.